Hi, everybody, and I hope you're having a great Friday. We're going to talk a little bit today about Chuck E. Cheese and the weird, wild world of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy that they filed back in June. Now, spoiler alert, they did file bankruptcy, but Chuck E. Cheese is not going anywhere, so don't worry. And some of the locations have already opened back up, and more are to follow. Now, Chuck E. Cheese is owned by Apollo Holdings, which also owns the Peter Piper pizza chain. Chuck E. Cheese has 612 locations, but they plan to shut down 34 across 25 states in a cost-cutting move. Now, even though Chuck E. Cheese tried to do some inventive things during the pandemic, like opening up a virtual restaurant and Pasquale's Wings and Pizza, it has not been enough, and sales across the chain were down more than 90%. Now, you may think that alone is enough to force them to file bankruptcy, but it actually wasn't the main reason that they did. The main reason, in fact, was back rent. Now, this is something that is facing lots of people, not only companies, but individuals that are getting hit hard by the inability to pay their rent, obviously without having jobs. 50 lawsuits were coming against Chuck E. Cheese by their landlords to force them out. And if you force those restaurants out of their current locations, well, that's a restaurant that can't be sold. So they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy to not only protect against those 50 lawsuits, but the many, many more that they thought were coming. So you may be thinking, well, if the situation is as dire as you're saying, Aaron, Chuck E. Cheese is probably wanting to hold on to every dollar they possibly can. And that, for the most part, is true. Obviously, the locations that have opened up, they, of course, have to pay payroll, maintenance, etc. to keep their locations going, light bills, all those good things. But they've also recently asked permission from a judge to pay a bill of $2.3 million to a vendor who made the paper tickets, the prize tickets that are paid out throughout their locations. Now, some of the locations had already been moving over to the eTickets, and that is what Chuck E. Cheese is going to do chain-wide. So there will be no more paper tickets. So they're asking for this $2.3 million to pay this vendor who had already made 7 billion tickets. And you may be saying, well, what are they going to do with these tickets? They want to destroy them. And the reason why they want to destroy them, well, is this right here. Chuck E. Cheese has $9 million worth of assets, worth of product that can be redeemed for tickets. So they don't want any of those 7 billion tickets somehow finding their way out into circulation that can be redeemed at a later time, because each time any of those 7 billion would be redeemed, it'd be a loss for the company. So they want to ensure the destruction of those tickets. So if you have any in your possession, some people save them up for years, then now is going to be the time as your locations around you start opening back up. They will be honored, so you can bring them in and cash them in. But going forward, tickets will be going on your player card. There will be no more paper tickets. So pretty wild. 7 billion tickets going to be destroyed before they ever see a Chuck E. Cheese location. So I'll keep you posted on Chuck E. Cheese and how they come out of bankruptcy if they end up getting purchased by another company. It's another part of this weird, strange, and obviously difficult 2020 that we've had. Take care of each other, be safe, and have a wonderful weekend.